Greetings, Squatch Ranger YouTube channel, viewers, and subscribers. I just want to ask, have you checked me out on patreon.com yet? Please visit my patreon.com page. I will provide a link in the description of this video. New field equipment is always a bonus when bringing my audience a peek into my latest adventure. Also, I collect Bigfoot reports from witnesses all over the state of Oklahoma and beyond. Sharing these reports through my podcast show, Squatch Ranger Files, is a great way for me to inform my audience that Bigfoot sightings continue to occur. A $1 pledge per month on patreon.com would be a helpful tool for me to continue my journey. Please join my search.
You have 77 counties in Oklahoma. I can put reports in them in 66 counties.
911, what are you reporting?
We got someone or something crawling around out here.
Did you see what it was?
I'd say it was a person or somebody really big. But he's all in black.
Welcome back to Squatch Ranger Files, episode 29. Happy Halloween, guys. It's Halloween season. There's a lot of things going on right now. I took my family trick-or-treating the other night. I'm in the middle of a Facebook contest. Please follow my page or like my page on Facebook. The page is called The Squatch Ranger. You can like the page. Please get involved with the future upcoming drawings that I'll have. We just finished up a drawing. If you'd like to see the winner, that video was posted on Halloween. I just gave out an Oklahoma Bigfoot t-shirt. In the future, we will have more drawings. I'd like to grow my Facebook page, so please tell any of your friends in any of your Bigfoot circles about the Squatch Ranger. Okay guys, today's episode is a special episode because all of these Bigfoot eyewitness accounts happened outside of the state of Oklahoma. So I'm really excited to bring these accounts to you. They're great accounts, like always. So let's dive right in. Here is Squatch Ranger Files, episode 29. Number 1. Brother and sister see Bigfoot through cabin window. 1978. Okeechobee County, Florida. Class A nighttime sighting. 1978. 8 years of age. Lake Okeechobee, Florida. With grandfather who lived there. Visiting in a cabin of his friend that was not used much. Was with mom, dad, and 2 younger brothers. Was woken in the middle of the night, hearing something outside. Woke up my older, little brother who was 7. He confirms the entire event and the picture as being accurate of what he saw. We went to the cabin door and there was a strong odor like someone without deodorant. Very musky and strong. In the door window, we saw a figure looking back at us. We did not feel threatened. It felt like it just wanted to see who we were. I remember telepathically saying hello to it. After that, our memory is blank until the next morning. We told everyone, and no one believed us. But we found some red hairs that were very coarse, that were stuck in the wood outside the door frame. They stunk like the Bigfoot guy. It was nothing we thought about before that night. It was just something cool to us. Here is my art that captures what we saw and what I felt. Follow up, NOBRO, investigators report. Lake Okeechobee is home to many different forms of wildlife. This Florida lake is quite shallow with an average depth of 9 feet. A lot of species call it its home. In fact, this is the lake with the most concentration of alligators. The lake could serve as a great water source for Bigfoot in this area, especially to catch, fish, and hunt for other animals that use the lake as a water source as well. Corbett State Wildlife Area and J.W. Corbett Wildlife Management Area are straight east of the lake. With these three natural resources being so close together, this area could serve as a perfect spot for Bigfoot to live and survive. The Bigfoot in this report was curious enough to look into the window of the eyewitness's cabin. This type of behavior is very consistent in many other documented Bigfoot reports. The eyewitness got a great look at the Bigfoot and was able to provide a detailed eyewitness drawing. This case is now closed. Number 2. Father and son hear screams near hunting stand. 2015. Butler County, Alabama. Class B, vocalizations. Class B, heavy footsteps. In a hunting club around the Georgiana area, my son and I heard the craziest, scariest, and thrilling scream one morning right at daylight, walking into our stand location. The stand was on the edge of a big ridge that fell down toward a big creek that borders our lease. The wind was perfect for our entry, and the path was a bush-hogged trail through thick cutover, ideal for sneaking into a spot. I'm thinking, whatever it was, we surprised it. It scared the out of us when it opened up about 100 yards downridge. Nothing I had ever heard before. I will admit, I was shook. I could see the ladder stand less than 50 feet away and made a beeline to get elevated. My boy was freaked out, asking, "What is that?" Once we got up and settled, we heard it as it crossed the creek. For the short time I was able to hear its movement, I could tell it was big and walking away. This was the last day of season, and I never went back till the next season rolled around. I kick myself for not trying to locate where that thing crossed the creek that morning. It's on my mind most days as to what that was that morning. Has anybody else had any sightings around the Butler County area? Follow up. NOBRO investigators report. The hunter in this report was puzzled by the sound he heard that day close to his deer stand. He stated he still thinks about what type of creature made that sound in the woods after a year later. It continues to bother him. He even admits that the sound shook him up, and he is very familiar with all the sounds in that area. The hunter also stated whatever he heard that day had to be very massive from the heavy footsteps as it crossed the creek. The hunter regrets not going back to the creek later to investigate where the creature would have crossed the creek in hopes to find tracks, hair, scat, etc. This happens very often where the eyewitnesses don't think to investigate for further evidence at the scene of the sighting. It's not uncommon for an eyewitness to still be experiencing an adrenaline rush moments after a sighting, resulting in no further collection of evidence. This case is now closed. Number 3. 3 teens see white Bigfoot run by basketball goal. 2005, Washington County, New York. Class A nighttime sighting. I grew up just outside of Whitehall. Myself and 2 friends were sitting in my friend's car in my driveway late September of '05, about 9:30 p.m. It was drizzling outside. My friend was smoking, so the window was cracked, but the car was not running. We were talking, and then heard something very heavy running down the road, about to run past my house. We all turned around just in time to see an enormous white man looking blur. The bottom of my brother's basketball net was around 10 feet up, and when this thing ran by, its head hit the chain and made it rattle for a while. I immediately jumped out of the car and started running down the road, being 15 and way too daring. My 2 friends, who were guys, just about their pants and locked the car doors and screamed at me. Never found any tracks or saw it. It must have immediately cut off the road once it hit the chain. I have experiences almost every summer at my parents' house, ever since I realized we even had them. Follow up. NOBRO investigators report. This area, Whitehall, New York, is a hotbed for Bigfoot sightings and has many famous documented sightings from local law enforcement. This is another sighting from the area, which adds more to the string of reports collected through the years. The fact that the witnesses had a basketball goal nearby in this sighting report helps with the accuracy of the estimated height of the creature. A standard basketball goal is 10 feet tall at the rim. The creature rattled the chain basketball net with its head as it walked by, so it had to be between 9 and 9.5 feet tall. This height would tower over any local bear, which helps rule out misidentified bear. Plus the fact that the creature was white in color, not dark brown or black, also helps rule out misidentified bear. This case is now closed.